Hello everyone and welcome to another review from SaverQuit. I'm Tamaster and we are reviewing today Prevent the Fall, action RPG that recently came out on Steam, and now we are going to see how this game is and how it fares. So, this game is peculiar because it was built both for virtual reality and normal controls, and this is certainly a commendable thing to do both of the control schemes. You can use gamepad, keyboard, and also virtual reality headset if you have one. So, this is action RPG, so it is a game where you have this little base here, which is a tavern, and you have a merchant that will sell you all kind of stuff, like you see weapons, armor, potions, and also buy back the stuff you sold. Yeah. Then you have this tavern keeper, which will be your in-game menu to select various things. You can ask him training and spend your talent points. I have none because I have spent them. As you can see, in this game there are three branches. We are defense, melee, and magic. And you can specialize in one or more of them, making a mixed class, like in many games. Then you can do, there's option menu in the Tavern Keeper, but you can also access it from the normal menu with escape. So I suppose this is from for VR, supposed to be for VR. Looking for adventure, you can select a quest. If you do any other rumor, you can select another type of quest. There are several, and you can also change the difficulty of the quest if it happens to be. There is a storage, but I never really used it because you don't find that much loot in missions that require a storage. And first impressions. As you can see, the game is not exactly top-notch as far as graphics and sound are concerned. Everything is very basic. Animations are not the best around. And yes, also, this game is will start with a premise. This game is not exactly the most precise when collisions and polishing are concerned. As you can see, I go through this lamp on the ceiling. I can see through the wall of the tavern, and outside there isn't even a landscape or anything. There's just this big black square. And also, this game has some collision and collision issues like this one. Yes, as you can see, I've gone through the map. There is a tile set here, which was probably left when making the map. You can go outside of the starting area and not be able to return inside. I don't know if you can return inside. We'll try now. Maybe. Probably not. And you can also happily follow the map. Goodbye, tavern. Yes, and that is the premise for Prevent the Fall. So now, as soon as I come back from the void, we will see the gameplay. Alright, we are back from the void. I had to restart the game for that. And now I'm gonna show you how the combat system works and quest system works. So, I'm looking for adventure. You can select group adventures and find servers online, but there aren't any. We have tested multiplayer and did a quest on multiplayer, and I will show it later in this video. So, looking for adventure. Other rumors. Let's put something more difficult. A level more will do. I'll go take care of that. Solo. Yeah. Ooh, I've never seen this type of dungeon before. Right. So this is a typical dungeon of this game. The control is very simple. Space to jump, WASD to move around, shift to roll, and left click to use your left weapon, right click to use your right weapon, Q and R cycle between all the weapons you have. I'm a mage, so I won't use melee weapons much, and my favorite weapons are these two. You can see for yourself what the skills are. For example, the skills change based on what weapon you equip. For example, the skills of the fire staff are Fire Strike, which is a big fireball, Flame Tornado, and Blowback, which is like a knockback barrier that will push enemies away. And the skills for the support stuff, the light stuff, are Arcane Barrier, Nullification, and Healing Circle, which I happen to call the Power of Christ, that heals you over time while you can perform other actions. What? For some reason this is happening. Okay. My fire started ready to become dumb, but let's not waste any more time and go. These things have no collision. As you can see, the animations and everything for the combat are pretty clunky and miss some frames. They are not very fluid, and that's surely a thing that would need polish. The light effects also are not very good because, as you can see, the flames we do have only basic lightning, and also are jammed sometimes and doesn't go straight. Okay. Right. Okay, we'll fight our way through the dungeon now. Combat in this game is like this. The AI of the enemy is not that brilliant. Not enough mana. This is a problem. We'll just kite the enemy around a little bit. Yeah, like that. And we'll have our mana back in no time. Combat in this game is typical of any dungeon crawler, but in my opinion it lacks a bit of depth. The enemy will just rush at you with basic AI, which is follow and attack. They will not use any kind of skill or whatsoever. They will just come at you and attack you and follow you around. The fact that you can use overtime healing like this and heal the enemy damage. As you can see, I'm hit by 4 enemies at a time now, and they are doing me very few damage because I'm also parrying them. But also when they hit me, the healing is more than their damage, and I'm mage, so the warrior would fare much better in tanking damage than the mage, so it's a bit unbalanced. Also, the fact that skills are not described in what they do. There is Arcane Barrier and things like this, but I absolutely don't know what they do. Like Arcane Barrier and Nullification, I don't know what they do, I just had to guess, because there is not an ability description anywhere in this game. Oh. Now this guy hurts. Oh, I've died. Oh well, let's try another quest. Try it again. The dungeons are procedurally generated, I think, yes. And there will be a different map each time you start a match. And that was also very tough. First time I died in this entire game, actually. Which is nice. Monument. It's a rock, but I think it's modern art. I can't understand. Yeah, there are also random chests lying around in the level like this. You open them and you get what's inside. This helmet has horns, but on the model it's just a black thing. What? I've put the shield and the helmet disappeared. Let's get it back on. Nice. That's a different thing. Alright. Okay. The helmet disappeared again. I mean, the interface of this game is pretty much horrible in my opinion, because I mean the menus are acceptable, but I mean the quest marker, the health bars and the names of the enemy, that are just written in like, I don't know, Arial or some Word, Microsoft Word default font or something. And it's not even aligned to the minimap. Another thing that would be useful would be full scale map of the area, which is not a thing. So if you have explored most of the area, you have to wander around and see what you have not been yet. Yeah, over there. Also, there is zero environmental interaction. I mean, you can't interact with almost anything. You can break some things, but they will just disappear in a poof of smoke if you break them. There is no interaction with anything besides, I don't know, pulling a lever to toggle a trap or on or off, and that's it. Right. Look, also, if the enemies are too far, they won't target you, but they will just jump around and do nothing. Look at that. That guy is not targeting me. I will just keep spamming the fireball until he dies. Yeah, he's dead. So also AI is very rudimental in this game. The textures and the effects and everything looks like a bit subpar. I mean, they're not ugly, but they are not good either. They're very sufficient for gaming of 2017 and for VR also with the new engines and all the stuff VR has. This guy's pretty badass. He's dead. There are some stragglers left. Now the dungeon is over. Oh, there's a chest here. To exit the dungeon, you have to do exit dungeon here. And that's it. That was a dungeon. Right. Then you can spend the money you earned and sell the stuff you don't want here. And buy other things that you might need. Alright. Okay, and when you level up, you can spend your talents in these. You can see here all the talents, which are only passives. There are no skills. Skills are only given by weapons. There are no new skills here. And that was pretty much it. The game has a couple of level 20 and consists of doing all these dungeons one after another. With there are, I think, 4 or 5 different objectives, but none for them. There is like kill the guy, recovers a certain item, explore all the dungeons, and kill all the enemies in the dungeon. I think these are the 4 types of objectives I've encountered so far. And there are, I don't know, 6 or 7 maps for the dungeons, which are randomized every time. But apart from that, the variety is not that great. There are no side quests or anything. There are just a mission after another mission. It's a dungeon crawler after all. So, conclusion on Prevent the Fall is that this game is definitely not up to par as far as quality is concerned in 2017, because as you have probably deducted from yourself, this game is very unpolished and very clunky in every aspect, from textures to animations to enemies to AI to balancing, you name it. This game has done it, and has done it pretty bad. Considering also it's made up with an engine for the virtual reality, which could grant at least some very good physics and decent graphics. It is work that needs still a lot of polishing and a little bit more variety on the gameplay side. Technically, also we have to mention that the tutorial doesn't explain many things, and my colleague Jim Deadlock had many difficulties with it because the map bugged and it did not generate the right thing, and he had to generate it multiple times. I don't know why. Anyway, this game is full of bugs and unpolished. I would suggest that if you're looking for a dungeon crawler title like this one is, I would suggest you move on to better titles, because this is not a quality product for the price it is offered. If you want to know more, read our review at saveorquid.com, and see you next time. Hello everyone, and welcome to another review from Save or Quit. We are Temaster and Jim Deadlock here to review Prevent the Fall multiplayer gameplay. We are currently doing a level 1 dungeon, and we will show you how it works. So this is a role-playing game, dungeon crawling game. So here you have our characters, which character model is always the same. This game can be played both in VR and with normal controls. You have a very basic inventory and statistics like any RPG you can imagine. You have health, stamina, and magic and experience. Yeah, you can use a variety of weapons such as staves, sword, and anything you can think of. There is even the Holy Cross of Jesus Christ as a weapon, but you will find that only later in the game. Okay, so now I will use a buff, and we will go around.
We're going now. Are we ready?
Yes, let's go.
Take that.
Yeah. You can roll, but
What's the yellow bar?
Stamina. If you tap WASD 2 times, you roll like with Dark Souls, you know.
So the only one you need to worry about is the red one.
Yes, but rolling is fine. Well, enemies are so slow and stupid, you won't need that. Good.
Were you just using magic just then?
Yes, I'm doing the mage because it's overpowered. Okay. Enemies do not drop loot most of the times. Wait.
Where have you gone? Hang on, I've lost you.
You can see me on the map.
All these tunnels up the side. I don't know where you've gone.
Yeah, but you can see my blue dot on the map. I can see yours.
Oh yeah, okay. Right, yeah, got you.
Okay.
Mini-maps are really disconcerting. You can't. It's not natural.
Wow. No, it's dead end.
Wait for me!
We are going the wrong way, mate. Oh no, it's the right way. No, it's the wrong way.
Dead end.
So, in every dungeon, guys, you have to...
This mini-map, you can't... It's unnatural and you can't really see which direction you're going. It's really weird.
Yes, follow me. Is there lag?
I'm now going the wrong... Hang on. Go down there, okay.
Yeah, okay, let's go.
Okay, and then turn right. Yeah.
Yes.
Right, nice. I'm getting used to it now.
If it's black, it's unexplored.
You sort of have to keep one eye on the mini map and the other eye
Yes.
on the. You have to be like a chameleon with eyes swiveling in two different.
Yeah, a group marker would have been better.
Turn right.
Clear.
And right again.
Yeah, right, go.
What's this? Giant spider, that's
Oh, nice.
I got the brave achievement. Razor sharp sword. Nice.
Yeah, I got the most OP stuff of this game, this shit. This is overpowered as fuck.
So, to use the blue magic, how do you do that then?
You need to equip, in this game, the skills are derived from what weapon you're using. If you're using a staff, you will have 3 spells, and each staff has its own spells. So, if you
I
want...
thought I saw you use the magic before though, or was I mistaken?
I had the earth staff. You see this staff with nothing on it. Yeah, it is the earth stuff. Yeah, when you still
So
need
what
to...
are we doing now anyway?
We must get rid of the boss. Look how balanced it is. Wait, look at the balance. Look how balanced it is. Ha! We still need to find the boss.
When you normally with the WASD, if you click S, you normally walk backwards, don't you? But with this, it turns you around.
Yes.
That's so weird.
Okay, follow me.
Oh, I've got another monster here. We don't do each other any damage, right?
No. Look.
If we accidentally hit each other, it doesn't matter, right?
No. Oh, we've done it. We can but I suggest we kill the remaining enemies for experience. And in each dungeon there is also a chest hidden somewhere with additional items. Yeah, here, look. Ring of the Apprentice, bonus magic damage. Nice, you get it. Okay, now click escape and exit dungeon. And it will exit the dungeon and return you to the tavern.